Everyone, this is OVNII, and I'm going to be working on this project. I already finished it a long time ago, but I'm going to be showing you how to do the lead to my Bun Up the Dance remix. Why? Because, I mean, I think I really like this plugin, operator, and it'd be really fucking cool if I could get more people into native plugins that come into your you know, your DAW. It's really fucking cool. And I can go into more detail about any of these things that I'm talking about. I'm going to be talking about FM synthesis a little bit, about synthesis as a whole, fucking vibrations and shit and error. So yeah, let's get to it. This remix, you can't find it anywhere, I think, because, like, you know, copyright issues. It's just a bootleg, and it's really fucking cool. I play it live all the time, and it's a weird song. It's kind of weird, but I like it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing it without the main vocals or whatever, so I don't get this video kind of flagged. So yeah, this is how it goes. So yeah, so as you can see, like, I got like these chops and like fucking audios and things for in my lead, but I do not sample other people's shit. I do not fucking, these samples are not in a sample pack or anything. Like, I made this in Operator, which is the plugin of my choice. It's an Ableton plugin, and then I resample it and I chop it up and stuff. The reason I chop it up is because I like fun things, and sometimes I don't even know what the fuck I want, which is most of the time, actually. I don't know what kind of lead I want, what kind of melodies I want, or anything. So, like, chopping it up helped me kind of, like, freeform create, so I don't really think too much about it. I just copy paste, I like duplicate things, and then whatever sounds cool. Like, this wobble right here is just the same wobble from here, but, like, you know, dark and like pitched down and a little bit like of EQing. I like it. Sometimes I reverse things or whatever. So, like, yeah, we're not gonna focus on this. I'll focus on resampling and cutting up stuff and like techniques some other day. And we're back. So this is the main sound. It's basically the same. Like, mostly I do this to like pan things a bit and like kind of make it sound a little fatter, do some extra processing, but like, it's mostly done here, which is fucking weird. I don't do most of my sounds inside the plugin. Like, I resample and then I do stuff. But yeah, this is how it sounds. So yeah, the sound in particular is really fucking weird. It didn't begin as a bass sound. It was like a weird monster, like movie monster kind of sound. It was pretty cool. All right, so let's get into it. When you open up Operator, there's an FM synthesis plugin. I like FM because, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I want most of the time when I'm sound designing. So it's more of a discovery. Like, you switch knobs here and there, and things go out of whack because FM is very fidgety. FM, you know, frequency modulation. And I'll go into a tutorial about how Operator works some other day. This is basically for beginners, in case people don't know jack shit about like synthesis and how sound works. You know, you can come to this video. You can tell people. You can tell your friends to come over too. So yeah, it's a win-win situation. All right, so what did I do to the sound? I did jack shit. I did literally nothing to the envelope, nothing to the oscillator, because in FM, mostly in FM, like, you can kind of like create your own sound waves. See how like that little like thing is moving and changing? Well, no, I don't want that. I want to keep the original sine. So, keeping it in sine, and I'm gonna raise the fine. I'm detuning the sound slightly. When you get all the way to 100, it's basically just one extra like octave. So it's like, you know, from 0. It's basically just one octave. We're gonna put it up to 720 because that's how we do. It'll be like slightly detuned or whatever, and right there, right off the bat, you got a weirder sound because it'll never be exactly on pitch. So the second one, I'm gonna raise the level up like about 2.5, I believe, something like that. I believe, yeah, 2.5. Red. There we go. All right, so it's still in sine wave, so this is how it would sound if you just leave it in a sine wave. Whoops, that's a little insane. I'm gonna keep it around here from now on, because now we're feeding this sine into this other sine. And just to show you how fidgety things can get, I'm gonna keep moving the level. That's how much of that second oscillator is feeding through the first one. So. And we haven't changed anything yet, literally. So, keeping that as it is. The third one, I believe, is a sine 8. If you switch, this is very important in FM, very important for the sound as well. Operator is just like FM8, where you can like route things, like every single one of these can be routed to another one. But this is a complaint I got, but whatever. You can't really make your own routing or whatever. You have like these different algorithms already put up for you. So third one, I believe it is a sine 8. Yeah, sine 8. And this is where things get really fucking weird. So you're going to lower the course, right? And what this means is that 0.5 is half of 1, obviously. And it's even lower than, you know, the original pitch. So if we have it like here, and we start playing with the level, yeah, whatever. But like lower, it'll even have a bigger impact. You want it right there, actually. So there we go. It's nothing super impressive on its own, but like when you put it up together with other things, and you know, you got this tacked on, it changes everything. It's already super aggressive and annoying. And actually, like if I just play normal one notes, it sounds super bubbly and weird, and I love it. All right, so the next wave is going to be a triangle wave. Triangle waves in FM are your best friend. Like they can change fucking anything into like a really cool wub. So I'm gonna raise it up to 5.4. Oh shit, this is actually wrong. It should be around -24. My bad. So it should sound like this. And then now this is supposed to go all the way up. And the fucking fine, if I leave it at 0, whatever. Yeah. But if I go up to 233, also believe me, like all sounds suck, like at the beginning. Like this is gonna sound pretty cool. Don't worry about it. There you go. I love it because it sounds super white noisy. It just sounds like noise. It's not even, you can barely hear the notes. It's super crushed and fucking weird, and I love it. So yeah, that's it for the oscillators. Then we're gonna go into the filters. This new, if you got the update, like all the filters changed. Like you don't have the SBF or the ladder. See all these options that you had before? You don't have them anymore, and that's fine. You don't need them. So I had a low SBF filter on, and these were my settings. I'm gonna try to get a similar like setting with this normal low filter instead of a low SBF. Around there, whatever, just, you know, kind of filtering out a lot of the high frequencies off. If I can see it right here, all the way up, and like, you know, I'm just kind of taking everything out. Also, like I said, like just one note just sounds really fucking weird. I love it. Now for the bread and butter, what changes, what makes the sound cool. Also, before that, sorry, I got sidetracked very quickly. I'm not very good at tutorials. You want to raise the spread to around 78. The spread is basically the same thing as a dimension expander, and the same thing as a fucking chorus, kind of, a little bit. Like, it gets really chorusy and phasey the higher you put it up. So like, you basically are doubling the sound and like detuning it slightly and kind of adding to it. So yeah, this is how it sounds on its own. So keep going up. That sounds good to me. All right, so then I'm gonna turn on the LFO. When you turn on an LFO, and I don't remember how these settings go when you have a default, but like I made it so like all of these are tacked off because the LFO starts fucking messing with everything. So like, let's say you got it in like 1, something like that. Well, it's not supposed to pitch bend like a motherfucker. It's just supposed to kind of, I just want it to be on the filter, not pitch bend all of these, whatever. So now, that's how it sounds, and it's a lot better. So I'll change it to triangle, and normally I had it in low. So this is how a note sounds. Yeah, so it's in low, so that means it's super fucking slow, and like the ratio is fucking weird. Check this out. Yep. All right. So then, this is super important. You want this to be in sync because you want to be able to automate it. You want it to be synced to the BPM, and it'll kind of start at 1/6, but then it'll kind of have this automation, so it kind of goes down to like 24 or something. It's really abrasive. It's cool, but the automation is off, so you can hear it without the automation. You might wonder, why does it sound so fucking stupid? Well, there's 2 major things that are missing. One, the retrigger should be turned off, so that like every single time that a note plays, it doesn't start over the LFO. It just kind of like goes along with it. Yeah, it just kind of gets like started over or whatever. Now, the other, much more important part is the routing. I did not use this routing at all. I used this one. So oscillator D is routing through C and B at the same time, and then whatever the fuck is going on with these two after that is oscillating oscillator B. So now it sounds like this. Yeah, so you got that going on for you. Then I'll turn on this automation that I got. Yeah, over here. Oh, the amount should be at 83. My bad. There you go. That's a little better. Then there's a lot of other shit going on, but that's like processing on the side. The next stuff got a reverb. I put the low cut on, so like the reverb isn't like affecting the low frequencies, because then it starts bouncing all over the fucking place. Fuck that shit. The decay time is at 120, the dry wet at 55, and everything else I kind of left them the same. So now it sounds like this. Yeah, so it has like all that reverb now. Yeah. So then we got a multiband dynamics. It's basically just a compressor that like does all the work for you. So it compresses all these 3 bands, So whatever, this is like 2.50 kilohertz. This is 120 hertz. low, mid, high, or whatever, and you can copy these settings if you want. Basically what I did with this was just kind of like turn down the mids a lot and like raise up the highs, and it just sounds like this. Yeah, sounds super weird. Then a phaser. I made the LFO go like this. I wanted the phase to be at 360, so it kind of like fucking travels around from one ear to the other, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. Then you got a vinyl distortion, which I kind of just used it to give me like a little bit of crackle, because check this out. I make a lot of like noise, background noises stuff with that. It's pretty cool. Alright, but that's turned off. I just kind of had it to distort the signal a little bit. The drive is in 1, whatever. All this I kind of left it the same. Yeah. Then I reduxed it, basically just kind of reducing the bits, the bit depth of the sound, so it sounds more like video gamey, I guess. And as you can tell, this is one of my favorite things. Thanks to the vinyl distortion, after a note plays, like for example this short one, you'll hear like noise in the back, and then it'll just kind of stop. But like with the bit reduction, it stays on even longer. I like that a lot. It gives it a lot of character. It's a weird sound. No one would make that. I distorted the lows because I wanted it to be more bassy, and that's how you get it to sound big and strong, and like, you know, like it ate all its vegetables and it drank its glass of milk every night. The tone is not that high because I don't want a lot of harmonics to be fucking shelved up. I just kind of want to distort the lows so it didn't sound so fucking weak. Lower the dynamics, raise the dry wet all the way up. Yeah, and now it sounds like that. It's probably like the most important step, fucking distorting the lows. Yeah. And that's basically the sound, bro. You got it. You fucking got it. It's fucking rad, man. You got this. You did all of this, man. I'm proud of you. I'm fucking proud of you, man. It's all you. All you, alright? You loyal. You special. So yeah, that's my tutorial on my outer space monster bass. So you can take a very shitty sound that you made, and like with an LFO you can control it and like, you know, make it melodic. So I hope I helped you guys, and yeah, see you guys next time. Give me fucking tutorial ideas at the bottom, right there in the comments and stuff, and it'll be fucking fun. Like let's just keep this going because this is fun to do. I'll edit this like crazy, so you're not gonna get like a 30-minute video. Alright, talk to you later.